and welcome to #Toe to Toe. I'm Anna Woolhouse and I'm joined by Spencer Fearon and none other than Tony Bellew. Tony, first of all, huge congratulations for the weekend. How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I feel a lot better today. The few days prior I was sore and hand was a bit of a mess, but I'm happy and I'm healthy, so that's the main thing.
What's it been like the past few days? I bet you haven't had so many people ask you for photos and autographs.
Yeah, it's great. I haven't really left the house much, to be honest, so...
So it's just been your wife and kids asking for photos? Trying to work this one out, Tom. Just trying to work it out.
38 interviews I've done on the phone so far.
Oh, you're not counting then?
No, I'm not counting. I'm just trying to get through them all as best as I can, and it doesn't help when I can't stop rabbiting on the phone as well. So my missus just looks at me as if to say, you've answered that question 20 times, go to the next one. So we're getting there, but we're happy, and it's great to be part of all this and happy to be on the other side of it.
Brilliant. Are you ready for this?
Fire away.
Right, let's get straight to it. The first one is from Niall Doran saying, how hard does Haye hit? I think we all want to know that one.
Very hard. He punches very, very hard. Maybe not as quick as I anticipated, because in my mind, my mental mindset, I was expecting to go in with the fastest and most powerful fighter I'd ever faced. I think he is the most powerful, but he's not the quickest. He's definitely not the quickest, and I was able to anticipate the punches, so my head movement and the lower body trunk movement was very good, and making him miss with the slight foot adjustments was a key to the fight, and getting on the inside and roughing him up too, it played its scope.
What were those early exchanges like?
I enjoyed them.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. When he come out in the first round, because I knew in his mindset he thought 2-round job at the most. And if he would have got that 2-round job, he would have ridiculed me and laughed at me. But you know what? I just knew. I'll time him coming in and I'll hit him with something. I didn't know what it was going to be, but I knew I would time him right. Timing will always beat speed, in my opinion. And I'd studied the many different fights where one guy had a speed advantage, another guy had a slight timing advantage.
Vernon Forrest versus Shane Mosley, the first fight.
I studied that many times.
Okay, yeah.
James Toney, with various fighters that he'd had. And Roy Jones is a master of it, but Roy Jones always had a speed advantage, so it was hard to really... I looked at small clips of him in fights. And as David leaped in that first round, I'd slipped inside, hit him hard with a left hook on the top of the head. I told him, I'm not a finesse kind of fighter. I don't need to hit you smack bang on the chin. I'll hit you anywhere I can possibly reach.
But how it was important, I guess, to get that in straight away?
Straight away, I knew the look in his eyes, he bounced back, and I just looked at him and I knew I had his respect immediately. And that's the reason why he didn't lay an all-out assault from there, because he knew at that moment in time, in that very first round, I had the power to hit him, and that set the tempo for the fight.
All right, next question is from Ben, who says, if a rematch happens, how could you see the fight panning out? Same result? What do you reckon? This is to both of you.
I definitely think it's the same result. I think...
No, you think he's going to beat...
First of all, rematch.
A rematch, if it happens and it can be done, then I think I could possibly stop him quicker this time. Ooh. I really, really do, purely based on the fact that he will give me so much more respect coming in this time, and that will allow me to find more gaps earlier on in the contest, so that I think I will stop him quicker.
I think as David Haye's not a spring chicken anymore, and he's been hampered by injury, and the wear and tear of which he's been through. I know I'm not being grudgeful, but I'm saying I don't think we're going to see David Haye fight again. But if there was a rematch, because of the injury as well, and for the duration of time it's going to take to heal, Tony's only going to excel. So I had Tony to win the first fight, and so if there's a second fight, I think he'd win maybe a little bit more easier.
Okay. Kieran says, do you stay at heavyweight or drop weight and unify the division? A lot of people asking that one.
It is.
Stay with the money, mate. Stay with the money.
It's a decision to be made by the team of people I have around me. If it was just solely down to me...
What would you say?
If it was solely down to me, I would want to unify the division, I'll be honest. But it's not just my decision, and I can't be selfish enough just to think about my gains here. I'm not fighting for me anymore. The days of fighting for me have long gone. So I've got so many things to take into consideration when I think about the next fight. If there is going to be a next fight, to be totally honest, I've got to take a lot into consideration. I can't keep putting my family through what they're going through. My son going to school, arguing with people that he's going to win. It breaks me out, the thought of that. So I've just got to take time to reflect, and we'll make a decision going forward, the right decision for me, not for David Haye, not for the heavyweight division, not for the cruiserweight division. I will make the right decision for me and my family, and I don't know what that will be yet, but I'm sure we'll work something out soon enough.
Okay, moving on to the next one. This is from Kay Gethins, who says, what inspired you to start boxing? It's a good one. Or who?
Probably my father.
Really?
Yeah, I always looked up to my dad. My dad wasn't a very good boxer. He had 2 amateur fights. One he won, the other one he got disqualified because he couldn't keep his temper.
I wonder where you get that from.
And my dad was a very, very hard man in his day. My dad ran a very, very large security firm in Liverpool and could really have a fight. And when I say fight, I mean a real fight. So I always wanted to show me dad I could kind of follow in his footsteps. Look, dad, I can do it too. And I suppose it worked out, you know. He always believed in me.
You suppose it worked out?
Yeah.
Come on.
He believed in me. To be fair, my dad's always believed I could be world champion. In all honesty, from the start, I never did. I was happy with an ABA title. I really, really was. I was happy to leave with an ABA title. I turned professional to make money because my missus got pregnant. We had Corey, and amateur boxing wasn't cutting it. And I turned professional with the aspirations of winning a British title, but thinking me mouth will take me to European title level. And that's the God's honest truth. And then after winning British, Commonwealth, European, and now world title, and now beating an elite name in David Haye, then it just, I far exceeded my expectations. And to answer the question, I want to box because my dad. Sorry.
It's a good enough reason. Right, Ricky Cooney says, after Bomber's first class pre-fight dance, this is a good one. Will we see him on Strictly Come Dancing?
I could hook that up, you know. That's what I'm saying. I got to hook up.
Do you know what? When I watched on Saturday, and I thought,
he's very rhythmic.
he's got moves, yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't got moves. I move like an iron board.
What was the thinking behind doing that? Was that just to chill you out and just to kind
I
of
needed to stay relaxed.
Yeah.
Listen, I've grown up on that music. I love his ring walk music. I've grown up on soul, Motown, R&B. I love every genre of music, classical
I
music.
thought Dave was going to join in with you at one point. He kind of stood there.
I'm always music's probably one of the biggest things in my life. I love music in all different types. It doesn't matter where it's from. I just love music.
It's funny you say that. Clifton Mitchell came to me, like, who runs the security, and Clifton said, "You want to hear Tony Bellew's playlist, like what he's playing in the changing room?" Like, he says, the guy knows music. I said, Tony don't know nothing. But
I love music. Every type of genre of music, I really do love it. So, and I'm very influenced by musicians and music, and it plays a massive part in my life. It really, really does. Because if I'm alone, or if I shouldn't say when I'm with the children that I've got the wrong music on that I shouldn't have, and my little boy loves it all now. And like I say, music's just such a big part of my life. So hence the bad moves. I don't good moves, bad moves, whatever you want to call them.
So Strictly Come Dancing, yes or no?
No.
No, you should do it, you know, Tom.
I couldn't.
No, you should do it.
I'll make a bigger fool of myself than I already look at times now.
No. Right, Lee Connor says, would you give up everything you've done in boxing to play for Everton?
In a heartbeat.
Would you?
Yeah?
Yes.
This guy's crazy, man.
I would.
I knew there's something wrong with Tony Bellew.
If I could play
Don't talk to me no more.
consistent number 9 for Everton Football Club
Really?
and score goals, I would do it in a heartbeat. Do you think I enjoy getting punched in the face, Anna? I don't like getting punched in the face, and I don't like my kids going through it, my missus going through it. I would much prefer to play football for that club. I love my club. In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. My best friend has played for a ton of different clubs. His name's Neil Dans, he's a footballer. And you know what? When we were kids growing up, Neil was at Lilleshall at 15 years old with the likes of Leon Knight, Jermaine Defoe, top players, and he was one of the best players in the country. And a big part of what he done inspired me to push myself on with the boxing, because I always dreamed of playing football, but the fact of the matter was I was just too fat and not good enough to play. Even though I can play, I like to believe I can play a bit. But seeing my friend, and we've been friends since we was 10, 11 years old, youth centres together, grown up together, went to school together until he went to Lilleshall. We've always been really close. All our kids are the same age. My girlfriend and his girlfriend are close. So him doing what he done, even though he doesn't know it, inspired me to keep pushing to a professional level and to try and fulfil what I would like to have done. So I'd love to have played for Everton Football Club.
Well, staying with Everton very quickly, this final question from Luke Reynolds, who says, how will the derby go on April the 1st? I think I know what you're going to say.
I don't even want to think about it.
Really?
Yeah, I hate that. That's the worst day of the year for me.
More nerve-wracking than Saturday?
Oh yeah, well,
Really?
way more. I turn up and bite my nails all day. My missus, we have arguments all day because she pretends she's Liverpool just to annoy me. Because her brother's at Liverpool, and I said, listen, I am not marrying a copite, so we are going to get married next year, but I've told her in no uncertain terms, you do not support Liverpool. If you do, we are not getting married. I can't marry a Liverpool fan. So.
And I guess that's going to be a date that you're not going to be fighting on. April the 1st.
Hopefully.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so I just...
Tony, man, I thought you had sense, man. If you had any sense, right, you would support Liverpool.
Oh,
you know why?
Spence,
for one name, one man, John Barnes,
Spence,
the greatest player of all time.
I know Barnesy. Barnesy, friend, man. I know John was an amazing player in his day, really was, man. John could do it all, but he didn't play for Everton, so he wasn't good enough, in my opinion.
On that note, that is it. Thanks, Spencer. Thank you, Tony, and huge congratulations again for the weekend. Don't forget to download the podcast on iTunes.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live on all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.